nobleman, if we may, the great Jamie, the great Sealy McNeely. Seal will be up in a minute as he's, I think he's looking for fish food. But Jamie, let's start with you. And as you welcome everyone into the Sports Edge powered by InSpin.com and InSpin.com's network of handicappers. We got Jamie's incredible site at ScratchCaddy.com. We got a big game with England coming up this weekend after the big win over Germany. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, before we get into anything, we had John Rahm a few weeks ago at the Memorial. He had to withdraw basically as he was going to win that tournament. He was up by 6. And then he comes back and wins the U.S. Open, the next tournament he played. And then today, Matsuyama wasn't leading the tournament or anything, but he's got to withdraw due to COVID. And you feel for him and his health, and obviously golf is secondary. But I know that Matsuyama was one of your selections this week, and he was 2 under after the first round. I just feel like Hideki Matsuyama would have been there around the weekend. It's very unfortunate news, Jamie. JB, are you with us? Apologize, we have a little bit of a delay here. All right, let's
yeah. I mean, see, he gets COVID, doesn't he? I mean, so I'm quite happy he got COVID, to be fair, because if he's carrying on 4 putts every other green, he wouldn't have. But you know, going to win the Olympics in his home country, so I think he'll be.
All right, apologies. We will get back with Jamie. Sealy McNeely, let's bring you in here. We're unfortunately we finally have the high speed internet Seal at the bunker and the offices in Costa Rica, but I think we have a little bit of a connection issue. There's still a brand new office down there for Starsky and the boys in Costa Rica, but they're still kind of figuring out the kinks. So we apologize about the delay there. But I heard Jamie was basically talking about feeling bad that Matsuyama got the COVID. You have to worry about every other hole. If let's say he started making a run and he had to withdraw after the second or third round. All right, Seal, are you with me? Are you looking at the fish over there?
I'm trying to bet something real quick.
All right, well then, you know what? Let's. I'm gonna stay with this live because this is what Seal does, and we talk. It's all about putting your money where your mouth is, and we've talked many times on this show about looking for the ultimate value, getting plays in early when Seal gives us selections at SportsHandicapper.com. Understanding that if you get a -20 line instead of a -40 line or -115 instead of -132, it adds up. This is him doing it live as we speak, and he seems very excited. So we'll have to see what he's betting right now.
Not very excited at all, but
yeah, but you're never excited. I have to get you excited, but hopefully we can get Jamie back on. He's coming back right now, I think. So we'll give him a second to reset. We'll get into his picks, but it is unfortunate about Matsuyama. Let me throw that leaderboard back up while Seal continues to bet here. You got Joaquin Niemann, the youngster from Chile, who's looking really good right now in the class. He's been the leader since the morning at -10 after a 65-69. You got Troy Merritt, Chris Kirk, Tom Lewis, the Brit, and Davis Thompson, who was the leader after the first round. They're all at -9 right now in second place. And then Pat Perez, Russell Knox, Brandon Hagee had a nice first round, 65, did not have a great round today of 71. Sean O'Hare, Kevin Kistner, who is a Jamie selection, Ricky Wierenski are all tied for 6th at -8. And then I know another great selection for my man JB is Maverick McNeely, who's on the course right now. He still has 7 holes remaining. He's -6. The weather is good. The wind is a little off and on down there in Detroit right now, about 25 minutes outside of Detroit. So it's very nice out. It's not too hot. So McNeely maybe can go on a birdie binge like Ricky Fowler was getting hot earlier today, and maybe get to 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 under with 7 holes to go. Very scoreable holes at the Detroit Golf Club. All right, let's see if we can get my man JB back. All right, Jamie, are we back on top of the world? I think he's wearing a Coca-Cola shirt. Finish your point about Matsuyama, my man. Uh-oh. All right, we do not have sound, unfortunately. All right, we'll fix that. We'll get back with Jamie. All right, Seal, you're back up, Jamie. Jamie, lots of problems, unfortunately, with the tech stuff. I want to get him back on the show here. So, what were you working at there? What were you betting on there?
I'm just a little scalp reduction. I have to reduce my Cleveland over. I'm not in love with the lineups for Houston. These guys keep on having babies and they keep leaving teams. So I'm getting tired of this. The paternity leaves this year. And
you're giving teams a problem and players a problem because they're having babies.
Well,
you really are evil.
I know what happened. It's the last year with the COVID, and they were home a lot. And a year later, voila, this is what happens. I've never seen more guys go on paternity leave in my career in baseball this year. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Just a little reduction. I had to reduce my stake in Cleveland over.
So explain to the people out there what a scalp reduction is. It has nothing to do with the great Daniel Day-Lewis movie Last of the Mohicans. Explain what that means.
A scalp reduction is when you have a hair transplant and they reduce the size of your scalp. They cut down. They cut your head in down the middle and they pull it together. It's kind of like an Indian thing.
Explain what it really means.
No, that's what it really means.
Right, but what does it mean in your parlance?
In gambling terms, it means if you have a bet and you want to reduce your bet, you do a little scalp reduction, and lower the bet a little bit.
All right, we're gonna get to JB in a minute. I think we've worked out the kinks. We apologize for that. But before we get back with him, let's take a quick look, see if we can. And I want you to give the people an early nibble here. You just mentioned the Indians game. Let's talk about the board tonight. And there are some very interesting matches. I know you were firing on stuff early. Give the peeps a nibble that you're on this fine Friday evening in July.
A little nibble. We're going to go to the American League, and I took a little dab on Boston Red Sox -05 this morning.
A little dabble. And by the way, you look at that Red Sox line, -117. If you had gotten in the morning on sportshandicapper.com, you'd save 12 cents.
Yes. When it loses, you save 12 cents, correct?
Well, yeah. When it wins, you save 12 cents too. What made you go with the Red Sox with Rodriguez on the mound against a pretty darn good Oakland team? But Montas has not been stellar, consistently. He's not a bad pitcher, but I like that matchup too. And you're not laying a ton on the road with a pretty good Red Sox team.
Yeah, I like the Red Sox this year. Real great team. I like Erod. I think he's rounding into form. Very unlucky pitcher in May and June. Very, very unlucky. His stuff's been good. Just not a lot of luck on the mound, but it looks like it's starting to turn. I'm not a big fan of the other guy. Gets hit too hard for my liking.
Yeah, like I was saying, Montas has gotten hit hard. He's not been really consistent. And that's a good price for. I mean, I think the Red Sox are a better team overall. I mean, Oakland has definitely had their moments this year, but I like that. It's a good spot to not have to lay a lot of money on. And you mentioned Erod. Edwin Rodriguez is pitching some really good baseball right now. So I like where your head's at there. All right, you get back to work for a minute. Let's get back with Jamie here, and hopefully we fix the situation. Jamie, yes, we did. We have. All right, Jamie, it's always fun with tech problems. We work through them here on the Sports Edge, powered by Instant.com. All right, I wanted you to finish that point about Matsuyama, then we'll get into the rest of your selections for the weekend.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, obviously with Matsuyama now, I think he's definitely going to be looking forward to the Olympics over there in Japan. He's most probably, I mean, to me, I mean, even if you don't know anything about the course, he's a superstar over there, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on him to bring home the gold for Japan, and I fully expect him.
All right, I guess, what is it? You fail once, you try again, fail twice, you keep going, fail 3 times, you give up. We apologize. No, Seal, he was so crisp and clear last week.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, this is the worst connection I've ever had with Jamie. So we'll let them work on that. We apologize for that. But, Seal, this makes Seal look like a real star, which he loves, even though he's a self-hating, red hat wearing fish monster. No, you're the best, Seal. All right, so by the way, I just wanted to once again let everyone know, scratchcaddy.com. Jamie's on Kevin Kistner this week. And let me throw up the leaderboard again, if I may. And when you look at where we're at right now, we're kind of midway through the second round, or a little more than midway through the second round on this Friday. You've got Kevin Kistner right there. He's a couple off the lead. He's tied for 6th. I mentioned also Maverick McNeely, who's on the course right now. He's -6. He's going to be in the mix. It looks like the cut's going to be -3 if we stay. There's 74 golfers last time I checked as we got ready to record here that are tied, that are at -3 or better. So that looks like that's – I don't think the -2s are going to get in because there are so many of them. It's possible, but it looks like -3 is the number. By the way, Bryson DeChambeau, the defending champion, with a 72-71, he is not going to make the cut. But a couple other guys that Steely McNeil or that JB was on was Sam Ryder, one-arm Sam Ryder. He did not have a good start and really couldn't kind of get things going. He's +3 for the tournament. And as we mentioned, Matsuyama obviously had to withdraw from the tournament. But two live players right there that are both in the top 10 right now, or top 20, with Kevin Kistner and Maverick McNeely that are right in the mix. So that's where we're at with Jamie's golf picks. Please check him out at scratchcaddy.com. He's had 4 wins this year and a ton of top 10s, a ton of top 5s, and a ton of top 20s. He's definitely been very profitable, much like Steely McNeely has been this fine season at sportshandicapper.com. All right, let's go back to the board.
I have a question for you. When Jamie told me he liked small Ryder to win it all.
Yeah, one-arm Sam Ryder.
I know. I looked at his odds and I asked him, does he have one arm? Does he really have one arm?
No, he doesn't have one arm.
Oh, because what the odds, when I saw the odds for him to win the tournament, I figured he either had one leg or one arm or both.
Maybe he just has one finger. No, Sam Ryder is a youngster who is kind of working his way. I think he got his tour card a couple years ago, and he's got long odds, but he's played well in certain places. And this course, based on course form and some recent stuff, actually suited him. And then, you know what? Let's do this because we got to give Jamie some love here. He spends a lot of time on this. I want to throw up his site really quick here, scratchcaddy.com. And if you haven't watched the show before, we've talked about this over and over again. He puts all the work in for you. Recent form right there, course form, par 72s with bet Poa greens in the top 20s, which is what you have in Detroit Golf Club, a club I've played many times. Northern States top 20. So he's got it all right there for you. He takes the guesswork out. This is why he's had so much success for years and years and years and been incredibly profitable. So, yeah, he looked at Sam Ryder, who you see right there, had some decent recent form in the Northern States. and at the price, I think what was he at? He was at was it like 100, 200, 375 to 1 or something?
Just say a lot.
It was a big price, but that's how you win money, man. That's how you get it done. Yes. I mean, not everyone can bet baseball and go 7-1 on the day like you do, and you got to find the long odds in the golf tournaments, McNeely.
Yeah, I honestly, I thought when I saw his odds, I thought he was the Jim Abbott of golf, but all
right, let's be nice. Jim Abbott is a freaking treasure, and he went a national treasure. He went to Michigan. All right.
Oh, he did go to Michigan.
He went to Go Blue, my man.
Big Blue. Okay.
Yep. He and there's another. They did this great story, by the way, on ESPN on Real Sports with Brian Gumbel of this kid. I think I want to say he's 10 or 11, or he's right around that. He has one arm. He started by doing baseball, and Jim Abbott was someone that was shown to by his parents and like a hero to him. But now he's like this incredible golfer. You got to watch the story. I know you haven't seen it, Seal, so I need you to watch it and the people watching the show. The kid is going to be like a pro golfer. I mean, who knows? It's too early, but my point is he's so good. It's like when you see Tiger Woods and young Ricky Fowler when they're like 6 years old hitting like 200-yard drives. He is incredible with one arm. He's worked it all out. It's nuts. It's unbelievable.
One arm?
Yep, one arm. But no, Sam Ryder has two arms. I don't know where the one-arm Sam Ryder nickname came from. Is that like a play on the Doors song? Ryder on the door? I don't know.
I just happened to chat. He was chatting with me and told me he likes Sam Ryder, and I looked at the odds and I said, "Does he have more than one arm?"
So that's why he responded with one arm Sam Ryder. Then I thought he was playing on this.
I got you.
Yeah, because I got the odds from him in a text like I always do, and the guys, and it said one arm Sam Ryder. Oh, Maverick McSeely. All right, you gave the peeps a nibble. You gave them the Red Sox minus the 117. You mentioned you got it at 105, right?
104.
All right, so even a set better. You got it at 104. That's why you got to go to sportshandicapper.com. So let's give the peeps some more nibbles. I know this wasn't like 2 days ago when you literally fired, I think, 8 plays at me in a minute. But you fired some stuff tonight, so where are some more nibbles for us?
Interleague play in the Subway Series. I'm back in those crummy pinstripers, the New York Yankees.
They are pretty crummy.
They're crummy. I laid 31 this morning. Got a little company on that side. I got a little company on that side.
What do you know? You laid 31. Now it's minus 152. What do you know?
Well, I guess somebody else landed on my side after I bet it, but yeah, I like the Yankees tonight. As long as they don't pitch Chapman in the 9th inning. Let's hope they hold him out after that disaster against the Angels the other night. Woo!
That was really, really, really bad. And then I believe you were on a total as well somewhere on the board too.
Yeah, I bet Atlanta over 8.5. It really hasn't moved. Minus 20. I can still bet it. I'm surprised, but I like.
Well,
Atlanta.
I'm seeing 9s out there on the inside.
Yeah, I know. I feel a lot better if it was 9.5.
All right, so let me ask you a question. This is an important thing that people can listen to as they watch these shows and get into the mind of the great Sealy McNeely. When you bet a game, and obviously sometimes the lines are only going to move, like 3 of the games you just gave us, they moved. Sometimes they, as you mentioned, it maybe stagnant, stays that way. Do you always feel better when a line you bet moves up, or are sometimes those line moves inflated and give you a false sense of being on the right? Like, I'm not saying you're obviously betting games and picking games that you feel like you're on the right side of, but do you always want to see a line move, or is it good sometimes in certain scenarios where you don't see a line move because you don't want the public on a side you're on?
No, I don't think the public moves the line. I think the sharp guys move the line. The public, I don't buy that public stuff. The public's moving the line. If I bet a game, I want the line to move. If I bet a game and it goes against me, I'll just mark it a loser before it starts. I like to be on the right side, not the wrong side. I don't believe the public and all that bullshit. I mean, I see you look at Don Best and you see what the public's on. I don't believe in any of that shit. I think the numbers move off the sharp guys who bet big money. People, they don't move money. They don't move off of Tom, Dick, or Harry betting $50. I don't buy that.
Oh no, I totally agree with you. But let me throw this at you then. And I think that the way you set that up is correct. But my point when I say the public, let's say this is more like an NFL thing. let's say you are big on like the Ravens are playing the Steelers. Ravens are -2.5. And, it's a sharp play, which obviously sharp plays are the ones that win more than the square plays win. But if it's a sharp play at 2.5 and all of a sudden, the public does start betting it because maybe they're tipped in or they follow someone like you, the Ace Rothstein of sports handicappers, like the public can move it if it gets out there, right? Or are you saying that you really think the public rarely, even if there's tons of money pouring in, it's all about the sharps? Let's say there's 3 times the money coming in on the public and the sharps are betting it, but since the sharps are betting it, they move the line with 1/3 of the money.
There's certain times, like for instance, the Super Bowl, obviously the public money is going to overpower anybody because everybody bets that. There's just so much money on a game like the Super Bowl. But I think in a day-to-day sport, I think the sharp money is where how the lines move. I don't think the public money really moves the line. That's just my opinion.
Well, you're also very
bet a lot of money. I mean, they bet a lot more money in a day-to-day sport like baseball.
Right. Well, you're also a very angsty, cranky guy. So, I mean, sometimes we got to put you to task. All right, before we get out of here, and once again, we do apologize for those tech issues with Jamie. We really haven't had problems for a long time. We're working on getting super high-speed internet in Costa Rica. People don't know Costa Rica is a great country. I lived there for almost a year. They've got great technology, but the internet is still not there as far as like the way we want it to be and the way it is here in the States. So we really, obviously, Jamie's amazing, and we love him on the show, and he does a great job explaining everything and giving great golf picks. But it's been a tough thing to kind of get high-speed internet in certain places. So we'll work on that, and hopefully one of many issues going forward. Let's give the peeps.
I think the telephone system down in Costa, they still use the cups and string down there?
They do. They actually, what they do is that's the way, if you want to talk to someone in the mountains, you lay it, you kind of run the string up with one of those, blaring taxi cabs with all the sirens and disco music, and then you tie the other cup to it, and that's how you connect to the people up in the mountains.
Okay, gotcha.
And they also use carrier pigeons. It's a big thing. Like, the Harry Potter owls, they use carrier pigeons. They give these guys, these pigeons are amazing. They're trained. They put a little note, and they put it in the pigeon's claws, and then he flies it down, and everyone's good. I
know. I just actually watched a show about the carrier pigeons, and the carrier pigeons were very big in World War I. Very big.
They were. I'm very surprised you don't have a kind of a fleet of carrier pigeons. That seems right up your alley. Are you scared they'd eat the fish?
Nah, they're a little dirty pigeons. That's for my liking.
They're very dirty. All right, give us another nibble. Give us a final nibble before we get out of here, and I want to one more time give out Jamie's plays that he had this weekend in a second here. But you know what? Instead of you giving out a nibble, I'm going to ask you, because I do this every week. And I did this before. This was a few weeks ago when the White Sox were playing the Tigers. And I told you I like the White Sox. You agreed with me. It was the first game of a 3-game series, and I believe the White Sox swept the Tigers. And it was a low price. It was the same thing. White Sox on the road in Detroit, like there are tonight. A lot of sports going on in Detroit right now, including the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, Cade Cunningham and Seal. And the White Sox were -126. I think it was against Scooble for the Tigers. I forget. I think it was Giolito. And you liked my point on it, and it was an easy win. Tonight, you got Lance Land. The Tigers have played some decent baseball. They swept the Indians in a doubleheader, by the way, Seal, in the same day, well, obviously same day, for the first time since the year I was born, 1977. I know there were 7-inning doubleheaders, but they had not swept the Indians in a doubleheader, a team they play all the time, since 1977. But tonight you got Lynn, who's been good, -148. Casey Mize, very up and down, the former overall number 1 pick. He's not been great, but he's had his moments. I think he's going to be great, hopefully. And I think that there might be a little value on the Detroit Tigers tonight, +133. Small play. Your thoughts?
Tigers are hot. They're hitting the ball a little bit, the Tigers. And this Casey Mize has been better than just okay. He's been good. He pitched 2 good games against the Astros in a week. So
Restros.
Yeah, that's not easy. Detroit's got a pulse. It'll be them or nothing. I just don't like betting against Lance Lynn. The guy's
that's why you got to.
The guy's in great shape.
I know.
I mean, the guy looks like an Adonis on the mound. I mean, I just hate betting against him. That 300-pounder, he scares me.
That's why you're going to lay that 146 to 148. But that's why I think there's value on Mize tonight. The weather's good. There won't be any rain delays. The Tigers you mentioned are hitting. The bullpen's been better. So I like a small play on my Tigers. And normally, listen, I'm a homer, but I don't bet on my teams just to bet on my teams. I normally been betting it. There was one day, Seal, I bet against all three Detroit teams, the Tigers, the Wings, and the Pistons, when they all were playing this year, and they all lost. I had never done that before in my life. And I hated doing it, but I knew they were all like big underdogs, and they all lost. So that's my sneaky play, small play for the day. Seal, once again, as you mentioned, you got to play on the Red Sox. You laid a lot less than the line is right now. You lost about 16 cents, so I got to go to sportshandicapper.com. You also like the Yanks minus the 152. And I know you mentioned the total in the Atlanta game, right? You got it 8.5. It hasn't really moved much. It's up to 9. So that's where we're at. Any parting thoughts, my friend? Any cheesesteaks for
a little Royals over 9.5.
A little Royals over 9.5. That was I didn't even ask you. That was an extra nibble. I love extra nibbles. So let's go down to the Royals. We're playing the Twinkies. It's an 8:07 Eastern start. It's up to 10 on inspin.com. Doesn't mean it's 10 where you bet it. All right, but I like that too. The other night, the Twins scored a bunch of runs. That game went way over. The Royals have been scoring some runs, and I think that Happ and Singer are ripe for allowing some runs tonight. So I like that play still.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you concur.
Well, I'm a concur guy. I'm the one that keeps you alive. All right, before we get out of here, I wanted to mention again, you've been eating healthy and look great. I got my blood numbers back for the third time now. All my stuff after a health scare, way down. Triglycerides, cholesterol, AC1. So things are good. The Squatch is looking good.
Yes.
And so is McNeely. What do you got going on for the week? Oh, yeah, really, I wanted to mention Jamie's picks at scratchcaddy.com. He's on Kevin Kistner and Maverick McNeely. They're both in the top 20. Kistner's a couple off the lead. He did have Matsuyama, and Sam Ryder did not have a good tournament. He had Ryder as well, but that was a real small play on a 320 to 1 shot. But he did have Matsuyama, who was the -2, had to withdraw before the round today because of COVID. So that sucks. But 2 live guys that can pay off some decent money. I believe Kistner was 65 to 1, and McNeely was close to 100 to 1. So we shall see what happens there. All right, what do we got going on for the weekend, Seal?
Baseball, and more baseball.
Are you going to play catch with your great daughter, Livers and Onions?
No, she doesn't like sports anymore. No,
what about Mini Seal and his consistent payoff of his Trump bet?
Mini Seal's looking for the next go around.
Is he getting killed on the interest for that? Because he bet $500,000. It's going to take a little while to pay that off.
Yeah, he's got big money. Don't worry about him.
Oh, I know. He's a baller. All right, Seal, I love you. You're the best. Jamie, again, get his site at scratchcaddy.com. Apologize again for those tech issues. Seal at sportshandicapper.com. That's going to do it for us. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Seal, are you going to light off your own fireworks? I heard you have a huge display and the neighbors love it.
My brother does that. I don't do that. I'm afraid of that JPP thing. I don't like lighting fireworks.
Is your brother's name Otter?
Using these digits. He does light fireworks every year, like Fourth.
What's your brother's name? Otter?
No, his name's Darren.
Oh, that's lame. I need a better.
Yeah, Otter Seal.
I need a better name than Darren. Come on. All right, well, enjoy your holiday.
Darren from what's the show? Darren was in
Happy Days.
Bewitched.
Oh
Darren
yeah, he was. He was Bewitched.
Darren
Bewitched. All right, be safe. Have fun on 4th of July. We'll see you next week. For the great Sealy McNeely or Maverick McSeely, one of our guys this week. For JB, check out sportshandicapper.com, scratchcaddy.com. I'm Dan Leach, the Squatch. We love you. Happy 4th of July. We can go to barbecues this year. Celebrate the people. We'll see you to them during the lockdown.
Oh, and by the way, a parting shot. Our president tweeted out yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, that our July 4th barbecues, we were going to save 16 cents this year with the price of food.
Whoa!
They calculated it. 16 cents everybody saves in the barbecues.
Every penny matters, Seal. Any penny matters.
You're eating only hot dogs, I think. But whatever. 16 cents. I don't know what they came up with that. I don't know. But if you have to drive there, you're down $46.
I want you to send me that 16 cents via Cash App, please.
You got it. But I mean, you save 16 cents, but if you drive there, you lose $46.
Drive where?
If you drive to the barbecue, wherever you're celebrating it,
You don't lose $46
because the gas is higher, but you save 16 cents on the food.
All right, you're out. I love you. I'm going to send you a hot dog and maybe 5 cents. I'm Dan Leach, the Squatch. We'll see you next time. Until then, believe in the dream. I expect that 16 cents Cash App seal.